Guys, Sean here at K2 Trades. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to draw support resistance. First, I'll be showing you guys how to draw it manually. Next, I'll be showing you guys a little secret I use applying the pivots high-low indicator. And for the last two, I'm going to be showing you guys how I draw support resistance using the K2SR indicator. So let's start off with manually drawn support resistance. So the thing is, with support resistance, it's a little subjective, but to be more specific, in order to determine, where there's a strong support resistance, you basically want to look at areas where price is tested more than once. And the problem with that is that, a lot of people see things differently as other people. So we'll start up from up here. Generally, what you want to look for is areas where, price will reject twice in the same area. So as we pull this down, let's see if we can find an area where price was rejected twice. So this is kind of close, I guess, since it's tested right here and it tested right here as well. But like I said, it's very subjective, and I mean, this isn't the way that I personally draw support resistance. But I'm just showing you guys this for demonstrational purposes. So you can see right here, price tested here 1, 2, 3 times. So I guess this can be considered a decent resistance area. Let's keep going down. I'll just draw another line. You can see right here, price tested twice, right here and right here. So I guess this can be considered a resistance area, but like I said, it's not very accurate. I mean, you're not really going to be right or wrong. It's just going to be, depending on your preference. Again, right here, you can see price tested once, twice, maybe a third time. Down here, again, it tested a couple times. So this is probably a stronger resistance. And if we look at support, we can start from the bottom. So as you can see down here, it tested a couple times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this might be considered a support, depending if you see it the same way I do. Let's get another line. And you guys get the gist of it. It's pretty much the same thing going back and forth. And then you pretty much just draw lines around. And then from there, you're going to, I'll draw a bunch right here so we can see. And then these would just be good benchmark areas as, where price will probably reject from. So if I draw an arrow over here, you can see, price came up, tested this resistance, came down, established a little support right here. And this is just for educational purposes. Personally, I think this is, this isn't the most efficient way to draw support resistance. But if you guys want to learn how to do it, by hand, that's basically how you would do it. There's a lot of ways to apply it. You can use, this chart. I know some people use the line chart, but personally, I use candles because I like to see where the wicks touch. So next up, let me show you guys a little secret that I was talking about using the pivots high-low indicator. So I'll delete these lines, and then I'm going to add the pivots high-low indicator on the chart. So if you just type in pivot, you'll see pivot points high-low right here. You just click on that, and then it'll get placed on your chart. So this indicator basically plots where the previous high lows are, and generally the high lows are going to be areas where price rejects from. So the way I do it is I'll go from where price currently is, which is right here, and I generally would like to place it in areas where price is tested twice. So as you can see here, price tested right here, and it also tested right here, which is pretty close. So I would put it down right there. Next up, I go to the next area right here. It doesn't look like it tested twice, so I'm probably not going to use that as a support or resistance. Right here, you can see price tested right here, and it tested right here, so this might be a better support resistance area. Let's see what else we have here. So if you zoom out, you could find more areas. Actually, that might have been no, it's kind of too far off. Let's see. Another one right here, tested right here, and it tested right here. So I consider that somewhat of a strong support resistance point. And then you guys can pretty much do that so on. Just you can zoom down the chart, and you can see it makes it a lot easier. So you don't have to go see where price is tested twice. Pretty much the indicator will show you areas where price is rejected from. So if it's rejected there, more than once, odds are it's probably going to reject there again. As you can see here, price came up from right here, came down, rejected from that same exact point. Same with right here. Price rejected right here, came up. This is another support resistance that we plotted from down here. You can see price rejects off these areas perfectly. It's not always going to be perfect, but as you can see here, it's pretty accurate. Let me see if there's another area down here. No, price is way too far up. Okay, so that's using the pivots high-low indicator. But now I'm going to show you guys my little cheat code. So if you guys have access to the K2 indicators, this makes things a whole lot easier. So I'm going to show you the version 1 indicator first. So this is the version 1 indicator. And as you can see here, the K2SR version 1 indicator plots the support resistance on the chart for you. And as price moves, it automatically adjusts as well. So let me go over here. And then I'll zoom out. And you can see that the resistance is up here. It's a very strong resistance because price tested right here, tested right here, tested right here, came down. This is the support right here. And as price moves, it'll automatically adjust for you. So it makes things so much more efficient. So if you just play forward, you can see support right here is moving around. As it gets up here, see the resistance moved. As it adjusted again. And it pretty much does all the work for you. So you don't have to waste your time drawing support resistance on the chart as you know, new support resistance has been established. And this makes things perfect because since you guys know where support resistance is, you guys know exactly where to trade from. So right here, you could have put, a sell stop right here, a sell order, and you could have wrote it down. You could put a buy order right here and wrote it up. And let's see how much profit you could have made off that. So if you put a sell order right here, 172 pips. Another buy order right here. Another 172 pips. And it's as easy as that. So let's see, move forward. So next up, I'm going to show you guys the K2SR V2. So this is the version 1 of the indicator. Due to the current market conditions, I noticed that price was rejecting, more often than not. And the problem with that is since we only have one line or, one set of lines on the chart at a time, it made it a little harder for you to, predict where price was going to reject next. So just recently, I released a version 2 of this indicator. So instead of just having the most recent support resistance, now you guys can set 2 of them. Not 2 of them. It'll set all of the closest support resistance areas for you. So let me turn on version 1, and then I'll turn on version 2. So as you can see here, instead of just having one line on the chart, I'm going to close this. Yeah, so instead of just having one line on the chart, one set of lines, you're going to have all of the closest support resistance plotted for you. So as you can see here, price rejected off this area, created a support, rejected off this area, created a resistance, rejected off this area, created a support. And as you can see here, if you guys have this, this is literally a cheat code for you because now you know exactly where price is going to be rejecting from. So as you can see right here, we got some alerts. Let me close these. All right, so as you can see right here, created a resistance. Price shot up here. You could have put a sell order right there. Pretty much ride this down. And it came down and tested this resistance again. Or it would be support at this point since it broke it, created a new resistance. But if you took that trade right there, could have made a pretty decent amount of profit. So if you wrote it all the way down to the support, 250 pips nearly, and then you could have done the same thing. It came down right here, and then you knew it was going to reject off that area. So as it came up, could have had a buy right there, and locked in, a nice 150 pips nearly. And you guys can pretty much do this over and over again because you have something that a lot of other people don't. I don't know if there's any other support resistance indicator that's as accurate as mine, but as you can see here, everything is done for you. And the cool thing about this is it works exactly like the version 1 indicator. So if you go back, to some random point in time over here, and you can see that the support resistance automatically adjusts just like the version 1. So as you move around, it'll keep adjusting. So you know exactly where price is going to be rejecting from. And this gives you an edge in the market that a lot of other people don't have. Because you'll know exactly where people are going to be, placing their stop losses and profit targets. So it literally gives you a little cheat code as to, how to trade. And as you can see, it created a new zone down here, so that's why there hasn't been any new support resistance. But as it moves up, it just keeps creating more and more. So you guys can see exactly where price is rejecting from. So right here, you can see the lines were drawn from way back there. So you can see exactly where price is rejected in the past, and you can capitalize on that. But yeah, guys, I hope this helped. If you guys are interested in subscribing to the K2 strategy so you guys can have access to the K2 indicators, feel free to check it out on our website at, well, I'll put it up here. It's at www.k2trades.com. There you go, guys. Hope this helps, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
K2, yeah, we headed for the top now. K2, yeah, we call it when it drop down.